Hi guys, rise and shine. We grind. We are all fine, and the sun shines for yours and mine. My name is Tyrone, and welcome back to my show. Sorry I haven't been with you guys. I have been out sick for the past couple of days, but I had to get back. You know what I mean? Had to get myself back together. Had to fight. But you know what I mean? I'm back. Today I want to talk about light and dark. I felt like I wanted to touch up on this because most of us, we talk about good and bad. We talk about peace and destruction, but there are all different forms of all of those things, but they seem to derive from the same sort of abbreviation, and that's where we get confused. But there is definitely a common misconception when it comes to these meanings. So I want to kind of break that down for you guys. Um, Light, on one hand, which is bright, shining, glowing in positivity, and the light makes up all positive attributes in one's life, meaning it could be something that's bright, such as the sun. The sun brights. I said the sun brights, excuse me. The sun is light, and it brightens our day, just like one's positive attitude, if you have a type of attitude that is glowing, if you have something that is attractive to a lot of people, that just makes people feel good inside, that's a definition of light. That will be a signification of light. Um, Dark, on the other hand, is dim, shaded, of no light. And I feel that when people see the similarities in between, and when it comes to good and bad and light and dark, is that light and dark are basically the main branches for those things. And when I say that, it's like it's a contribution towards good and bad. You know what I mean? Light and dark are the main sources of where we grasp good and bad, peace and destruction from. And it definitely helps when it breaks when we're able to break these things down. That way we don't get confused with the meaning. But what I want to also talk about is light, I feel, represents positive positivity, peace, kindness, and gentleness. You know, light is a contribution of all things on a positive aspect, meaning that it could be a positive action, it could be a positive mood, it could be a positive thing that you have, it doesn't matter. It just, what matters is the representation in it all. You can be represented as a form of peace, you can be represented as somebody that's in a state of tranquility, or you can have a specific object that actually contributes towards your peace. It's something that makes up light, and it makes you feel better. Things that are usually positive are usually of light. And when it comes to the dark, dark represents the opposite of positivity, which can lead or be destruction, and it can be all forms of evil as we know it. Um, when it comes to dark, we also have to look back into the things within our lives, because sometimes we can get misconstrued with thinking that some of the things that we do now aren't dark, or some of the things that we do now can't lead us to a dark path, you know? And I want to say, I want to say that we have to be able to discern those moments where we think that something that we're doing or something that's not leading us to the place that we need to be. We have to think back, and we have to look and say, is this something that's going to help within my everyday life? Is this something that's going to contribute towards that goal that I'm trying to reach? And that's something that we have to all think back and reevaluate in terms of our life. I feel that as humans, we know what feels good, and that's what's also called discernment, is using that good judgment, exhibiting that good judgment. It's we know what feels good, but what can be beneficial to our lives, like I was just saying, it could be what can be beneficial to our lives and what can be of light. You know, we think sometimes we think what's best for us is what's best for us overall, and sometimes it's only beneficial for that moment. And that's where discerning on whether you should take those things or not. We have to look back and we have to actually ask ourselves, should we go for those things? Should we keep on acting like this? Is it going to get us the same? Is it going to get us a different result? And that's the kind of thing when you have to think about it, because some of those factors can definitely lead you into a dark path. But if you choose not to go after those dark attributes and you change your whole perspective and you shift your life around, then you're able to make a light atrospect out of life. I feel that, and we know what not to allow ourselves to do, because it can cause an abnormal effect. It can cause us to lead into backsliding. It can cause us into leading it can lead us into the things that we no longer want to do, or it can lead us into the things that we used to. And the most important thing is to decipher light from dark. As soon as you're able to decipher light from dark and know what is of the light and what is of the dark, that is when you get that whole perspective change. That is when you start to switch your life around. You know what I mean? And I feel that this topic for me was important to touch up on, because not a lot of people can. Well, I wouldn't say that. What I can say is that a lot of people that I feel have a wrong definition when it comes to interpreting light and dark. You know what I mean? But what I can do is offer, or what I can do is give you a little bit of what I know for it to be. You know, excuse me for the long pauses again. I'm getting myself together with that. But I appreciate you guys just listening. Whenever you guys do listen, I appreciate the likes. I appreciate just all of because it's motivation and it's helpful for me overall. It makes me feel good. So I thank you for listening. I love you guys. If it did help you in some way, shape, or form, please leave a thumbs up. Please subscribe. Please leave a comment, because I would like to hear back from you guys and what you thought about the video. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Love you guys.